Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Brock Purdy, Week 3, Thursday Night Football, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. I really try to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So all sorts of nuanced details about not only the quarterback position, but high-level offense and defensive football. Hop over there, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Brock Purdy, the Niners. Nice win on the road, short week, Thursday Night Football right here. Brock Purdy using his legs, not there. Again, one of the many things Purdy brings to this offense, the ability to color outside the lines here. It's not there, 3rd and 2. We talk a lot about the 49er dropback game and maybe some of the potential limitations of that. Purdy here is able to overcome whatever this is supposed to be. So at the snap here, this looks like they're trying to get Ayuk working across on this little like crosser. Looks like Kittle's working their favorite loop route here. No idea what's going on down here at the bottom here. This looks like a 7 stop, a corner stop. And then we've got guys in the same space here. So there's nothing, whatever this is supposed to be, it isn't there. I think the safety right here cuts this crosser first. It's not there now. Purdy's got to go. But Purdy is quick. And I know it's not a news flash. He's not like a true duel. But if we're trying to work Ayuk across here, the safety cuts it, not there. Kittle, not there, got to go. And so again, whatever this spacing is down here to the bottom with the check down and Jennings, don't know. A corner stop is never really going to be there versus man very often. So we got to go. Now this is what he can do. He's quick. He's a dynamic athlete in tight spaces. He can move, he can extend, and he goes and gets a first down. There's nothing there. 3rd and 2, got to throw it early in the game. No. Nice pass, pro. Go. Straight arm, strength, get to a first, protect yourself. Love it. Next one here, another 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. This time we're going to do a little naked keeper. We're going to get Debo coming across the field on a little shallow or drag. This is a hell of a catch. This is not a perfectly thrown ball. I think of Debo as a pretty tight wound cat, meaning like super explosive, dynamic, change of direction, but maybe not necessarily the most smooth or fluid type guy. And this is a very nice play. Like this is a ball skill play. Behind you, tip it to yourself, catch it, all before taking a bit of a shock there on the sideline. But a few things here. Now, when you do a naked or a keeper, and again, they're essentially synonymous in my mind of we're going to fake this in, we're coming out on the edge. Almost historically, there's almost always something in the flat, something in the over, and from a condensed formation like this, there'll be someone to the corner. Okay, so that's kind of the spacing of it. You get to this kind of like layered thing. The reason you don't see this a lot of, although I do feel like you're seeing it more and more, is that if you're going to run this drag or shallow across to be the flat, there's just a better opportunity for these guys to knock this guy off. So oftentimes you'll see, that slide or sneak flat coming back out here. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Juszczyk doing it here either. But at the end of the day, we get over here, right? Now, again, the reason this throw is probably not as good as Purdy would love is there is someone right in your lap. So you got to navigate that kind of edge defender, throw it around him. But if we're talking about play calling, play design, popping people open, it's 3rd and short. Got him. And again, the little details from Debo's route here, it sure looks like he's fake blocking down here to the bottom. So fake, go. And that's enough. Got him. And it's a hell of a catch. I think you got to give credit where credit's due there. And, how they were using him in this game, how he played, looked to me like some of the best I've seen on film from this guy. This is a hell of a catch, man. You can't, you drop this, we're punting. Great ball skills, just protect yourself on the boundary. Next one here, another great example of Purdy extending. This sure looks like they're trying to get it to Debo in the backfield on what I'm used to calling a halfback choice, just an option route out the backfield. It's not there. Now, we can talk about what's on the backside, but this is a great job from Purdy, again, extending. This is what he has brought to this unit. So much of it is there on time. And when it is there, he can do it. But when it's not there, he can go create and usually make good decisions and get little chunks like this hidden in the game. So what are we trying to do here concept-wise? Again, under center drop back world, it sure looks like we're trying to come out here and run what I'm used to calling a choice or an option. Up top, it looks like it's paired with like a little out. Now again, versus any iteration of cloud or cover two, you should have a pretty good chance of putting it right on this guy. Whatever he does, if he's right, you can put it on him. I think historically, what I would prefer to have on the backside is something coming into your vision if it's not there. So I think right here they run Kittle down the middle and Jennings on what I'm used to calling like a corner stop. So what I would prefer here on the backside is maybe like an in, something coming into your vision so you don't have to go one here all the way back across the field like numbers to numbers for the backside read. So a few things, just the timing, why doesn't it work? It's because he's not out of this break or choice yet by the time Brock is at his fifth step. Now, the other thing I would say about Purdy here that you don't see a whole lot, when he hits that back foot, he goes backwards. Probably not my favorite thing to do at the back of a drop. So first, let's just watch the timing trying to get the ball to Debo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. See him hitch backwards. Okay, not the end of the world, but Debo's not ready, right? You can see again, one of the things, and I feel like I've been pretty damn consistent at it. You can come sideways at me if you want, but this dude is a dynamic football player. Okay, to have the capacity in the league to play flanker, play wide receiver, to play slot, and to play tailback, the whole wide back thing, it's crazy. I think in the past, I've been critical of when he's in the backfield, he just doesn't have as many reps. I think back to the Garoppolo injury where I thought he was hot and he didn't run a hot route. This to me is another example of him just not understanding the timing of this. He's like rolling into this as opposed to when you would see maybe McCaffrey do it. It's cleaner. It's faster. He understands where he is in the progression. It happens quicker and you can trust him to win because Purdy wants to throw it to him here. But watch Debo at the top of this route. See him kind of like rolling and kind of like slow turning in. Purdy wants to throw it. It's not there. So now what's on the backside? Corner stop? Nothing. So now we got to go create. So again, we're just, the film is the film, y'all. It's the evidence of the drop back game sometimes. It's just not there all the time or as consistent as the awesome run game or the play action game or the naked keeper game. It's just the reality of their film. It almost guaranteed is they just don't spend as much time in it. And it shows up on film, but Purdy is able to overcome that. He's essentially like a Band-Aid for some of these plays. When it's not there, not on time, don't make a bad play a disaster, go create, extend, and now we got a little chunk. It's 1st and goal inside the 10. Next one here, 3rd and 7 from the 7. Yeah, I like calling these plays 4-play misses. So we end up getting an incompletion here. This is worth 4 points. We're going to try to force the ball to Debo on this kind of like, I think it's supposed to look like kind of like they're trying to run option or choice, and then Debo takes it vertically. I don't have a problem at all with the design. I think there's more of an execution issue here for me more than anything else. So what I think this play is trying to do is have Debo come out here. And again, kind of like he was in the backfield here, he's going to run this like, make it look like a choice route. But instead of running traditional choice here, which is more like this, he's then going to come out and take this thing. So the same release, and then boom, he hits that thing to the back pylon. Great. Awesome. What I would add here is that the 1 and the 2 here, Kittle and I think it's Jennings, somebody should probably pick. And if you can identify, hey, this is man, and usually when you're in a bunch and they press the point like this, it's almost universally man coverage. So in a perfect world here, I would love Kittle to bench press this guy into Debo's guy. I would love Jennings to somehow get into the lane and not allow this guy to just run and cover this through 4 people. So that for me is the issue as much as anything else. And then again, of course, if you were to come down here and play the other side to the bottom, you probably get an easy touchdown right here. But again, I don't know what the read is. I'm not telling you what the read is, but I am telling you from an execution standpoint up here, I would really love to see some sort of rub or pick up top on Debo's guy. So watch Debo's guy. He's the number 3 defender, the dangly mouthpiece. pick. It looks like Jennings is trying to win outside. It looks like Kittle is trying to work on his release. Like we need to bench press his ass right into Debo's guy. And again, one more time down here to the bottom, if you were to just raise up, boop, put a little one-step shin route on use check. But again, that's the difference here. And it doesn't matter when you go on the road and win by 12, but at some point, it's probably going to matter. Next one here, big play, touchdown up top. Debo's the number 2. He's going to run like a little bluff wheel, play action, little fake counter pass. Now, if I had to guess what this play is, I would say it's a drift with a little bit of a bluff wheel. And, I'll be the first to admit that I have been critical of this guy, specifically effort-wise in the passing game. But this type of stuff is elite, dynamic, game-changing, playmaking stuff. It is just world-class. And the point I want to show you is right at the catch point. But we'll get there after we talk about what exactly the play is. So play-wise here, to me, this is an iteration of fake counter. So we're pulling here, we're faux pulling here and staying on that side. What I'm saying this play is probably designed is this is a drift, and this is where the ball goes on what I'm used to calling like a bluff. So he's going to, like he's blocking. And when the corner covers the drift here, even with the safety on this side of the field, he's then going to bluff like he's blocking and go hit that little hole shot. Now, is it great safety play? No. Okay, it's not. We got to make this tackle. But what I love from Debo, and this is the part that we really want you to pay attention to, as the ball's in the air, he does not wait for it. He goes and attacks the ball, which then cuts the angle for this safety, and that allows us to then house it. Now, that part of it at the very top of it is instinctual ball hawk, beast mode type stuff on the perimeter. It's awesome. So first here, let's watch Ayuk get covered by the corner off this counter action. So up, watch the corner run. There it is. So that creates the space. Now, this throw, probably maybe get away with one here. It's nice that he has the capacity to do this, to kind of move right, keep his base, and throw it. Now, here's the part. The ball's in the air for a long time. Instead of waiting for it, he goes back to it. Just puts his foot in the ground, comes back. That takes the angle from the safety. The safety's anticipating a catch and collision. Now it's to the house. And then this is what he's always done, right? He's always been a yakster. He's just running away from linebackers, got no chance, massive play. And again, it's you can see here, this is the aggressiveness from Purdy. Pushing the ball downfield a little bit more, feels like awesome base, even though he's kind of moving away from the throw, makes it more difficult. Got enough club to make this throw. It can be both, right? It can be a dynamic play from Debo coming back for it, catching it with his hands, and it can be bad safety play. And then this is what he does, right? To the house. Yards after completion all day. Love it. Next one here, 3rd and 4. Now, again, I'm sure you're sitting here going, dude, you're being really hard on these guys when they won the game by more than 10 points on the road. But this is just a play I don't feel like I see a lot from Brock Purdy where he's hot. He doesn't have a hot answer. Now, we end up throwing it away. Great, kick a field goal. But for me, this is not a difficult look. We've got 2 on the back. Juszczyk does a nice job. We just don't have an answer. And again, Purdy's got the quickness to cover up and band-aid the deficiencies in the dropback game because this should be a sack. Now, this is not a difficult look. Okay, this is cover 0. And even though all these guys at the top, and I'm usually a smart ass and will say like, oh, it's punt block. It really doesn't matter. We don't have to know who's dropping out, who's not dropping out. Obviously we don't want to pull in Aaron Rodgers and throw one to him on this type of situation, but they have the capacity to bring 7 here. So 7, we only have 6 in the pass protection unit. At the end of the day, Juszczyk is the guy we have to hear. He's got a duel. He's got 1 to 2. So if both of these guys blitz, we have to throw hot. And that's it. And so you can say, all right, well, then great, we solved it. Well, we don't look here. We don't look here. And this is never going to be there like a corner stop. So you could say, all right, well, if we're not going to be potentially hot down here, let's just raise up and throw a go up top. You could do that. I think it's really hard to be hot on this side and have the hot answer up top, but only they know where this ball is supposed to go. All I can do is look at the film and tell you nobody's looking. So there is no real hot answer down here to the bottom. Debo, not looking. Jennings, running, putting moves on air, not looking. Kittle, not looking. Maybe Jennings is the hot throw right there, but he's not even looking. And Purdy's already on the move. So I don't know. The answer is I don't know. This is not usually the type of drop back film you would love to see. Again, Purdy doesn't take a sack, has got the wiggles to get out of there, makes a good decision, protects himself on the boundary, sort of. But it's just one of those things, again, for being so good as a unit. This type of stuff is the stuff that it just makes me shake my head, man. I don't know. I just, the hot game, these things, I know Purdy knows how to do this. So when he doesn't do it and guys don't look, to me, it's a systemic deficiency in the drop back game. And it shows its head every once in a while. And again, Purdy's able to overcome it, just an incompletion, whatever. Next one here, beautiful drift up top to Ayuk. So we're going to hit our back foot. The ball's coming out. Great anticipation. This is actually an anticipation second or third window throw. You could probably define it as a third window anticipation throw. I'll pause it here from the back just so you can see exactly when he lets this thing go. But Ayuk is coming from our left to right. Little play fake. Hit your back foot. The ball's out. I mean, look, he's throwing it to the left of zero. I mean, it's pretty wild, right? So I'm saying first window, this is the safety right here. Second window, here's the linebacker. Third window with anticipation. Okay, let it, ear must be here, let it fucking wash over you. This is world-class quarterbacking, timing, anticipation. Boom. He lets it go right there. Dot. Right on him, on the body, on the break. And again, just so you don't think I'm being inconsistent. Well, first of all, it's great when I'm going to show the defensive end zone for the anticipation shots. Right down the middle of the field between the hashes, that is perfect. But not only is this a great hookup to Ayuk, I want you to watch the effort from your boy at the bottom. This is a for the love of the game clear. He's pumping. You guys, he's pumping. He's got head down, driving. He's not getting the ball. This, man, if you could put this effort in a bottle from this guy, now we're talking elite, world-class type film. I mean, it's awesome. So it makes it a little bit more frustrating because he can do it, but you got to recognize it when it's there on film. You got to call it out and be celebrated because that is awesome effort to clear it out for your teammate. And again, the execution is elite. It's world-class. Third window, anticipation throws between the hashes. Let it eat. I just love every element of this play from the perimeter. The timing, the precision, the play action, the under center, the ball handling, the ball out, right on him. Fuck, that's awesome. Next one here, your favorite kind of drop back game from under center, 7-step. Nothing there down the field. This is trying to get the ball to Kittle on what I'm used to calling like a little sail or Seattle, ironically. Now, this coverage here is a little funky for me, but it's middle field open. Purdy's got an opportunity trying to wait for Kittle. It's just not there. And again, I don't have to convince you of my dislike for 7-step drop under center. I can tell you that this is a little bit funky of a coverage. To me here, this is a deep flag or pylon, like a deep corner. Here's that kind of sail route, comes as like that intermediate out, and there's usually something in the flat. And so the part that makes it a little funky for me here is what the corner's doing. The corner's running with this guy deep. So yeah, this is going to be there if we could take 11 steps and 4 hitches. It just takes too long, y'all. It just takes too long. So if we're not going to do it in play action, it's hard to sit back there and say, yeah, take a 7-step drop, hitch a couple times. I mean, you can see the space that Kittles can run to. But we're at the top of the drop right there, 7-step drop, hitch, we want to throw it. It's still, you can see the space that Kittle is potentially getting to out here, but, it's just taking too long. And so again, it's the timing of some of these drop back things that are the frustrating part to me. But what does Brock Purdy do? He's the ultimate Band-Aid for this unit right now. He's just able to say, hey, it's not there on time. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to make a bad decision. Use my legs, my quickness. The dude's got legit acceleration in tight windows. So he's able to just say, no, I'm out, and go get a first down and cover it up. It's awesome. Next one here, 3rd and 5. We're going to work Jennings as the number 2 down here to the bottom. So another 3rd down conversion. I'm pretty sure they call this play branch. To me, it's just like a deeper stick. It's a little clear out by Debo. Jennings runs that kind of like tweener intermediate out. It's a really nice throw, strike of a throw. Again, super accurate, right up on his face mouse, outstanding. Again, celebrated Debo's clear the last time. This looks like he's a little tired. Right? Not quite the same drive, pump down here to the bottom. Still works. But this is a hell of a throw. Again, wide side to the slot. Play with just a little bit of anticipation there. Push the ball outside the numbers on time. Super accurate. Precision with the ball location. It's awesome. Really well done from Purdy here for a nice first down. Next one here, 3rd and 11. This one was a bummer. Man, we're trying to hook our boy up. Get a touchdown, a little flow screen to use check out the backfield. This to me is one of those things that I thought is universally undercoached, underserved, and there's no easy answers because to me, this is on the left guard. Now, every place is going to teach screens a little bit different, but I think the easiest way to best understand it and communicate it to the big guys is if we are throwing a screen, and I think most people would say screens versus zone are kind of the best, but screens versus man have the opportunity for massive plays. So what I'm calling a flow screen here, just meaning the back starts on one side and we're screening away from it, it's going to be connected to this little shallow. So if this corner runs with him, there's nobody over here. This is made to order versus man coverage. The only problem is that in man coverage, someone has the back. So whoever has the back, and hopefully there are ways to identify it pre-snap, but the interior offensive line unit, essentially the people that get out consistently on backfield screens, they have to know in man coverage who has the back because that guy has to be blocked. He must be covered up. So different teams will have different rules as far as, hey, first guy out, you take the alley, you take the numbers, you take the tracks, you peel, whatever. It doesn't really matter versus man coverage. Versus man coverage, you have to identify who's who in the zoo, who has the back. The first guy out, you have to be able to keep your eyes on him, block, lose with dignity at the line of scrimmage. And as you get out, you got to eyeball that guy and cover him up. You have to. Because if you do, this scores. So this is one of my favorite play calls of the game. It just doesn't get quite executed. 3rd and 11, get your boy a tutty. Again, if 65 can just come off that thing a little bit quicker, right there, pass him to the center, get your eyes to the backer, and go cover up that linebacker so Juszczyk can walk in. Because this is there. 3rd and 11, red zone call. I always love screens in the red zone, especially when they pop. They're just great timing, play design calls. Everything here, except right here where the left guard gets beat inside, he's got to have his eyes on 17 right there. He's just a tick late. And it's a nice play from 17, no doubt about it. But we can get that guy covered up. We can get hands on him, and we're going to score. That's going to be a collision at the front pylon. All right, into the second half here. This is a pretty awesome play design. Now, I'm pretty critical of the drop back offensive game plan sometimes with this unit, but right here, this is beautiful. We're going to hit Kittle. This looks like a check corner, which I don't know if I've ever seen before. And Kittle adds a little flavor to it as well with the head nod. It's beautiful. This is an awesome, well-executed design. I love Purdy's pocket movement here. A little bit of a chuck and duck, over, chuck, protect yourself. And again, we're scheming people open. This is outstanding. So what's going on here is deep down the field, we've got Ayuk essentially clearing it out with the post. We got Debo on the deep in. Okay, but where this ball goes to Kittle, pretty unique here. He chips or checks on his way out. As he's running up, usually if you do that, you're going to run a check down. As he's running out, he gets his head back here to the right. So his eyes get back in. Then he runs to the corner. I've never seen this route before. I love it. And if you've got time to do it, good on you. This is a thing of beauty. So watch Kittle. He's the number 2 up top. Check, chip, peek, corner. Watch what it does to the backer. So as soon as Kittle, he's dropping, as soon as Kittle gets his eyes back right here, we get just enough of a hesitation to then be able to go, boop, see ya, and create that separation. That's the art, man. That's the craft. That's the nuance, the detail of great passing games. Oh, it's actually very Kelsey-ish, if I'm being honest. Just the way he kind of accelerates out of it too. That's awesome. That's really, really well done. I love every bit of it. You know, I think if you have the pass pro to be able to do this, good for you. Gun, 5-step, couple hitches. That's beautiful, man. It's really, really well done. Watch his route from here. Check, eyes behind, gone. Again, see what it does to 17. When he gets his eyes back right there, 17 drives forward, and then we're by him. So it's like an inside delay double move. It's badass football. Next one here, beautiful touchdown pass to Kittle. He's the number 2, the point man on the bunch down here to the bottom. We're a little deep out. I love Purdy's base. This is an absolute dot of a throw, y'all. This cannot be thrown better. It's just world-class precision. Beautiful job. It's not really even on time. Hitch, no. He's trying to work the underneath routes. The spacing is a little funky. He's got the capacity to reset and throw a surgical strike. So at the bottom here, watch Debo and Jennings kind of be in the same space. So they love that little looper return. So Debo first on the short post or angle, no. Jennings on the loop, no. They're kind of tight. Debo's kind of settling in Jennings' hole there. So he resets and throws it to Kittle. So here, 1. Here, 2. And again, that's the spacing part I don't necessarily love. Here, 3, front pylon. And again, just pay attention to his base. That's how he's able to play this thing so quickly. The ball comes out so quickly. Super decisive, just world class, man. Torque, boom. Look at the reset on the base right here. So there, no. Reset, no heel click, out. And again, we're driving that outside the numbers in the red zone, a strike front pylon. It is a beautiful throw. And that's not like a wedge, right? Like he's driving that thing, putting it exactly where he wants. Boom. Dot. Next one here. I know this one comes back. It's got a penalty holding, but I still think it's an outstanding play from Brock Purdy. I mean, the movement, the subtle movement, the ability to have people all around you and still go through the read 1 to 2 to drive the ball across the field and keep your base. Boom. I mean, it's just world class. It's so good. And it's a real bummer that it doesn't count. And again, I get it. The center absolutely hooks the hell out of that tackle or the backer right there and takes him down. But man, whatever we want to call this. So I think they do. I'm not even sure who's who in the zoo here. One of these guys is coming across. The other one is running like a corner stop. And we're essentially probably going 1 to 2. But it's not like it's a clean pocket. He's got to move. He's got to reset. He's got to then have the torque and strength to flip that thing back across the field. It's awesome quarterbacking. It really is. And it's a bummer, that the only reason it happens is because we have a takedown. But still, just look at the subtle movement, the dip and rip, 2 hands on the ball. No, back at him. Great job working to space. It's awesome. And again, I get it. It doesn't count. Penalties happen, whatever. But man, Purdy here. Boom. It's awesome. Up, over, back. Look where his feet are when he makes the decision to throw this ball. So he dip and rip right there, protect the ball. Feet are going sideways, right? I mean, his feet are parallel to the target. Got enough on it. Turns into a big chunk. It's awesome. Next one here. I put this one on here just because I love when Purdy goes full field read here. So he's going to go up top, probably work in the back on a little choice, a little wrap. Debo, no. Yes to use check on the little loop or return. And again, this is a full field read. So watch his helmet stripe go right to left. So no to the right, back across the field to the left. Y'all, I'm telling you, those are reads that look great on paper. You don't see a lot of people doing this type of stuff anywhere across the league consistently. Like, there are a handful of guys for sure. But so I'm saying here is the choice. This maybe is a little wrapper in behind it. Kittle's pushing out of there. Debo's on that little like shallow coming in here, and then use check where the ball goes here on this little looper return that they love. And so I would bet a lot of money. It's 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Now he might skip over Debo because he's got someone flash in his face, but he gets through the read. He goes full field. We're not playing half field stuff here. This is no, back across. Again, he's got the capacity to buy a little time back there. If you get hung on 1, you can skip 2 all the way across the field. But it's just a beautiful job of using the whole field. No, don't force it. Back across, find the wide open guy. Let's go. Next one here, 1st and 10. Another beautiful timing shot, precision, anticipation down the field. We're going to hit the number 1 up top, attacking the middle of the field. Just a thing of beauty. Versus a little combo coverage. Again, I feel like the Niners have been the best unit for a long time, working these little in-breakers on time with anticipation. Just a beautiful job by Purdy. Ayuk, really appreciate the timing of this thing. Watch here as he, again, you know it's good when I'm going to show the defensive end zone. Rip it right between the hashes, right on him. World-class precision, accuracy, timing, rhythm. I'm going to pause this thing at the top of Purdy's drop so you can see exactly when he lets this thing go. Throwing it right there. His hands separate right there. You can see Ayuk. Again, what I'm used to calling combo coverage. So cloud up here, quarters down here. It's still open though, right? Middle field open. So he's throwing that thing right here. Anticipation. Ayuk is right here. He's not even into the break yet to the middle of the field. And again, clearing this thing up, you can see the space here, right? So there's that lane for us to throw to. Just a thing of beauty, man. I mean, they cracked the code on this years ago, and they just continue to make teams pay. Working those in breakers, working the timing, the precision, trust, knowing where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, not fooling the quarterback, put it right on him. Just outstanding job. Again, I don't know if you can ever get enough of that type of precision, and they have done it that well through multiple quarterbacks for a long time. You could even make the argument here that Purdy does a little look off. He might be trying a little Stafford there on number 2 right there, trying to look off 2, like he's going to the back, and no look that thing. Makes it even better. Right on the damn logo. Make him pay. Whoom. That's awesome. Well done. Next one here, 3rd and 9. So this one to me, I'm used to calling dragon line, dragon to the bottom, line up top. All it is just slants. One side's got slant flat. The other side is a quick slant and a traditional slant. I think I have a whole video on this. If I do, I'll put it up in the top corner. Goes into real detail about the read. I want to say a few things here about this. So first, let's talk about what the play is. So again, slant, flat, quick slant, which I'm used to calling dart, and traditional slant. Okay, now this is a play that's run across all levels of football. In the West Coast world, this is dragon lion. My guy Kurt Warner calls it combo. I'm going to quickly talk just about a tweet I saw last week about this specific play. So Kurt says, why any team doesn't run combo, slant flat, slant, double slants, all that is dragon lion to West Coast people, multiple times a game makes no sense to me, exclamation point. One of the best quick game plays, I agree with that, with answers for everything, and is successful every week by teams that run it. And that might be not necessarily double exclamation point, but potentially. If you call plays, make it a staple and run at least 3 times a week. Okay, now I don't know about 3 times a week, but I want to talk through exactly why teams don't run quote unquote combo multiple times a game. The main reason teams don't run this dragon lion or combo play multiple times a game is a few reasons. One is the read itself traditionally is closed versus open. And when you catch man, you can really work either outside slant. Okay, so that's kind of the read. If you catch open quarters, so open can be a bunch of things, right? It can be two, it can be quarters, it can be bracket, it could be two-man, okay? Two, Tampa two. It's really only any good versus these two. If you catch quarters, you actually have to usually come back and throw this flat. If you catch bracket, there's potentially nothing there. If you catch two-man, there's potentially nothing there. So that's one of the many reasons why you don't see it. The other reason you don't see it every single week is because you have to run it from a tradition. You don't have to. It's often run from a traditional static 2x2 formation. It's easy to see what the combo is when the number 2 is on the ball. Okay, but nowadays we're used to seeing condensed formations, motion shifts. You don't see a lot of that with this play. It's also a coverage read. So the 49ers are pretty famous for being very heavy pure progression. This is a coverage read, right? I already talked about it. Closed, open, man potentially going outside to either slant if you want. So you've got to be able to identify zone or man, closed or open. It's not a pure progression. Okay. The other thing that I don't, and because of that, you get looks like this. This is presenting like closed, right? Like this is trying to look like lurk, rob or whatever you want to say where the safety's down. Well, they run out and play Tampa. Get to the middle of the field. Well, we said it's an open closed read. Well, they're presenting closed here. They get to open. Well, we said that this play is traditionally a one-step slant and a three-step slant. Well, one-step slant happens pretty damn fast. Now, I would say this isn't the greatest route in the world from your boy, but maybe they don't teach it one-step slant. Maybe teams teach it different ways. Okay, I think if you look at this play specifically and you read it the way that I'm saying is traditionally read closed open, the ball goes here, 1 to 2. Now, some teams realize that really we're trying to get the ball outside to the outside slant, so this can be like an alert 1. Well, this is the alert. This is the space in here, burst Tampa, somebody running out of there. We got to be able to catch it, put it right on it. But because it's a coverage read, and maybe Brock doesn't operate in the coverage read world as consistently as Kurt did back in the day, this doesn't happen as fast. So he can't go one step, put it on him. So again, there's a number of reasons why you don't run it, let alone run it 3 times a game. It doesn't mean that it's not there here. It is. We just probably don't see it quick enough. Again, Debo is there. Is that a one-step slant? No. Maybe they teach a 3-step. Who knows? I doubt it, but maybe. We probably throw it to the wrong guy. It's a collision. Now we're 4th down. So again, I feel like there can be a number of reasons why you don't see it a lot. Try to talk through a handful of them. Doesn't mean it's not a great play. I used to use it as a high school coach to be able to see if quarterbacks could tell the difference between open and closed. Most couldn't, by the way. Next one here, another beautiful touchdown pass to Kittle. 3rd and 4. It looks like we're working up top. And again, I make no bones about it. As I continue to do the channel, I'm always learning, trying to learn, love seeing new stuff. A lot of people in this system will play choice with stick nod. I never used to do that when I was playing in any system I was ever at, but you see a lot of teams do it. I think to Caleb Williams' touchdown pass a couple weeks ago to DJ Moore at the back of the end zone. Similar concept. So for me here, this probably is a choice or an option. That's not there. Down here, we're running stick nod. It's almost always universally paired with some sort of loop or return coming back across. But we're going to go 1 to 2. And he puts it right on him, right on the goal line. It's a well-executed, beautiful red zone play. No? Yes. Look how quick it is. It puts it right on him, on the body, on the break. No. Boom. Love it. From the end zone, you can really see his helmet. Look to the right. How quick and sudden it is. I mean, it's just, he processes so quickly. No. Yes. And just when you look to the right, look what it does to zero the linebacker. It opens up the stick knot. So it really makes sense to play it like this. And just because I'd never seen it before doesn't mean it's not right or better. So this guy right here, here's that little choice or option over here. We're looking there 1. Well, he takes it away. He goes this way. He doesn't run what we expect him to run. It's not there. We come right back to the stick nod, must cross the safety's face. He's able to go 1 to 2 so quickly. And again, it just does 0 dirty here because we're looking over there. Red zone, tight window throws. No, boom. Yes. That's awesome, man. Times out perfectly. Put it right on him. That's not bad coverage. It's just a better route and throw. It's awesome execution. So that is a wrap. Brock Purdy, the Niners, a really nice game. On short week, still not full strength. I think they're slowly starting to look more and more like themselves. I thought Debo had a really nice game, not going to lie. Got to be sure I'm explicit about that. I thought George played really well as well. I thought there were all sorts of little things that in the route game that I thought really helped contribute to some of the explosive plays and kind of the fun stuff. I think you still see some of the common kind of critiques that I have about this unit, specifically in the dropback game. It's just the reality of this unit. It doesn't matter really at all, obviously, Captain, what I'm saying here, but especially when they're able to play their game, when they're able to control the game, to run it, to have the play action world, to make it a tight game where they're probably in the lead, it's never going to matter. It's only ever going to matter when they have to throw it. And at some point, historically in the past, they've always had to throw it at some point over the course of the season. Maybe this is the year they don't have to do that. But at some point, that's the problem. And so the reality is when you see that, when it happens eventually, you can't go, what the hell? It never showed itself. It showed itself every week. They're just able to overcome it. Brock is able to overcome it because of his speed, his quickness, to say, it's not there, I'll just go get a first down with my feet. That's what he brings to it, and his ability to extend, and his ability to play on time in structure as a great processor, put it exactly where you want. You saw a lot of precision throws. You saw a lot of really strong throws outside the numbers as well. Just overall, a great game. Absolutely great game from the 49ers offensively from Purdy. Fun to watch when he's locked in and plays that clean. Overall, I can't get enough of it. And we continue to see the same kind of underlying layers of issues potentially in the dropback world. That's just the truth of the film when I turn it on. You can disagree with me. Let me know. I'm excited to see more. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Have a good one.